A guten Erev Shabbos. We find ourselves between Pesach and Shavuos, a time when every Shabbos we learn one of the chapters, one of the prakim of Pirkei Avos, Ethics of the Fathers. This week's parak is Parak Beis, the second parak. And we find an enigmatic Mishnah. Af hu ra gugoylas achas shetzaf al pnei hamayim. Hillel sees a skull floating on the water. Amar la, he says to it, al dateft atfuch. Because you drowned others, you were drowned. V'saif mitayfayich yitufan. And ultimately those who drowned, you will also drown. A well-known teaching in Torah, that the punishment mirrors the crime or the sin. But when you learn this Mishnah, it begs the question, first of all, whose skull was this? Number one. And more importantly, if Hillel wanted to teach us that lesson, teach it to us directly by just sharing with us that lesson. Why does he derive it from a story with a skull? Explains the Rebbe, based upon the Midrash that says that the skull was a skull of Parai. And when Hillel, many, many years after Parai passed away, notices the skull, he sees the skull floating in the water, Hillel said to himself, evidently, if I am seeing this, if I'm being shown this, it's in order for me to do something with it. So I'm going to derive a teaching, a lesson from the skull. This will definitely bring closure to the skull. So he goes ahead and he derives this lesson. Yes, Parai, you drowned because you drowned the Jewish children. And by doing so, it brought closure to Parai's skull. From this, we derive a fantastic lesson in our service of Hashem. If you see something, say something. If we see something, do something. Anything which we encounter or come across, it's bashgacha pratis, it's for divine providence. Hashem wanted us to see it, and if we have a voice, we're supposed to use our voice to address it. If we know how to write a letter to address it. We're not supposed to just walk away and ignore it and mind our own business. If we can help, if we can change something, if we can improve something for somebody else or for a situation, it's our obligation to do so. Have a wonderful Shabbos.